my name is Steve Henry. I just do lots of different things, so lots of consultancy stuff. I set up a company called Decoded a year ago. I work at a company called G2 Joshua. I do lots of different things, yeah, kind of creative consultant really.
Yeah. And in terms of your career path to date, can you talk about some of the agencies that you've been involved with?
Yeah, kind of my first problem was GGT, then I went to WCRS. Then I set up an agency called HHCL, which the best thing I did was set up an agency, the worst thing was sell it. Ended up being owned by WPP. Left that about 2006, went to TBWA for a couple of years as ACD. Yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell, I think, yeah.
What was your first role in an agency and how did you get that job?
Well, my first job was as a copywriter just in a very small agency in Paddington called Crawford's, which is defunct now. I was there for about a year. I mean, it was just rubbish actually, it was just a really, really bad agency. But you kind of got to start somewhere, do you know what I mean? You just got to get your foot in the door where you can get in. Did that, it was a rubbish agency, so with my art director at the time, a guy called Axel Chaldecott, we decided we needed to get out, we needed to get someone good, and we were interviewed by Dave Trott, and we were the first team hired at GGT, so that's when it started getting interesting.
Yeah, okay. And if you were starting out today, or you were advising someone who was starting out today, what would you say about getting that first job and starting, as you put it, get your foot in the door?
It's really hard to get in now, and it's horrific, I think. I mean, the placement system is a nightmare. I would say to people, don't do what I just kind of took the first job where I could get in and, as I said, put my foot in the door and get started. But you've got to be really careful, I think. I mean, I think if you end up doing 2-3 years in a bad agency, it can do a hell of a lot of damage, actually, because it can just get you into the belief system that you can't get great work out. And at that point, there's no point in being in the industry, I don't think, at that point, if you don't think you can get great work out. So I think, kind of probably get in wherever you can, but try and get into a good agency, a really good agency, within a year or two.
Is there something in that about knowing what you want to do, the kind of work you want to do, the kind of place you want to work at?
Yeah, I think the advice I always give to young creatives is believe in yourself and fight for your work, yeah? Now that's kind of the opposite advice that most people give them. So most people will say, be polite to your boss, don't argue, agree with them. I think that's bollocks. I think, in the creative industry, I think what people should be doing is fighting for their ideas, because I mean, there's the number of great ideas that make it through to the end is so minuscule, right? And what's the difference? Is people fighting for it, people believing in that idea and arguing for it and pushing and pushing and pushing. Just energy is what it is. It's energy. So believe in your ideas, fight for them. Do you know what I mean? So when the creative director says, don't think it's a good idea, if you think it's a great idea, tell them, I think this is a great idea, and tell them why it's a great idea.
If there's someone you'd like Source to interview or a question you'd like us to ask, then put it in the comments below now. If you'd like to meet more of London's creative industry, subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button above. And don't forget to like this video below. Thanks for watching.